Welcome all back to the Breebletto podcast with your host, me, the wonderful Tyler, and Danny. I'm not going to try to pronounce your last name because I already know I'm going to butcher it in my head, and I'm going to butcher it if it comes out of my mouth.
What's
Vitola,
up?
right?
It is your boy Danny Vitola.
I got it right.
You got it right. Let's go.
So, real quick before we start, I don't know why this just came to my mind now, but we're in May, right? And normally around this time, you're like, oh yeah, we're going to be in t-shirts, shorts. Danny, since you're in Texas, you're always in that.
Yeah.
But here in Pennsylvania, I'm wearing long sleeves and sweatpants today.
Yeah.
Now, it's not terribly cold, but it's 61 outside, which isn't
I'd be in
bad.
hoodie and shorts.
Yeah, but I mean, my shorts were disgusting from basketball this morning, so I was like, sweatpants. It'll probably be like one of the last times I get to do that this year.
Yep.
But
yeah, my last time was like 6 months ago. Because it's just always hot in Texas.
yeah, you can't beat the heat in Texas.
Can't beat the heat. When I was on this tour with Magdalene Rose, shameless plug right there. It was so nice escaping the Texas weather. I loved it so much. I needed it. It was so nice. But yeah, so sorry everybody that there hasn't been an episode in about a month. That's my fault. I went away and went on tour for about 2.5 weeks.
That's fine. It's fine. We might actually start doing like a once a month podcast instead of once every 2 weeks because both of our schedules are
We're very busy.
Nuts. Yeah. Mine should be slowing down, but the second I say, oh, it's slowing down, it's the second it gets a little bit crazier. So
and I am going back out on the road last week of June. So but then I'm also doing summer camp all summer with church. It's fun. It's what we live for. We love doing it.
Yep.
Yes, sir.
All right, you want to jump right into it?
Let's hop right into it. I just finished touring with her sister. I think this is the perfect segue into it.
Yeah, I was going to say, let's do the one that we missed the last episode.
Sorry we missed it last episode, but it works out perfectly now. I just got done playing the bass for her sister, Magdalene Rose. We have CJ English and Morning Eve with their debut single, The Noise. It is fantastic. Tyler, tell the people about it.
I mean, it's good old metalcore. I mean, what I like about it most is, yes, CJ has the bigger name in the band, but she's not the center of attention. Everybody, I feel like, gets the same amount of like attention. The band's insanely talented too. Like if you just look at their Instagram, and like Hudson and NORAD are both just absolutely insane on their instruments. Yeah, they're fantastic. I want to see them live at some point, but
if you want to see them live this year, you can go see them at Kingdom Come Festival. I don't know when KCF is because Bloodlines has never been invited to KCF.
But it's also in Indiana, I think.
I think Indiana, yeah.
Yeah,
but right. They're playing KCF this year, and hopefully they got a good set time. Hopefully they get the time they deserve. I'm excited to hear the new music coming from later on this year.
Yeah, I'm excited too. If they put out an album this year, I think it might make the top 10. Now, there's already been a lot of good stuff that came out this year for that.
I think one of my top 10s came out yesterday.
I mean, so right now I know at least my top. What is even on my top 10? We're gonna get sidetracked here for a second because I'm trying to remember what even came out this year. I know Boundaries is up on there. The new Alpha Wolf is up on there because that new Alpha Wolf album went hard.
That's in the top 5 right now.
I mean, like I said, there's more stuff to come out this year, so I lost that. Oh, there it is. Yeah, I think right now it's the running for first place is between Boundaries, Alpha Wolf, and something else they're going to be talking about here later.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to spoil that now, but Danny, what's your thoughts on The Noise?
On The Noise, I absolutely loved it. I was super stoked to see CJ doing another project post GFM now, and bringing in just it's a fresh wave. It's kind of a new, not new ground, but kind of it's new ground for CJ and for the rest of the band. They all just mesh perfectly. They're just one tight cohesive group, and
Hmm.
it's nice seeing that coming off real strong with the first single. Like it's hard to do that. They had what, like over 3,000 followers on Instagram before the song even came
I
out,
think it was 10. Wasn't it
or was
10,000?
it 10?
It was
That
up there. It
it
was.
it was
I think it might
really
have been.
up
It
there.
was
I
like 7
haven't
to 10. I
seen
think.
I haven't seen a Christian metalcore band grow as fast as them with only one release. I wish Colossae was like that. That's partly
Yeah.
my fault for probably never pushing it as much though. But like this is their project and they're pushing it. And I love seeing it. I know they played a show in Ocala, I don't know however you say it
Ocala.
in
Yep.
Ocala. And that there's some big boys that came out of Ocala. You got uh, Wage War, who's probably putting out our album of the year. A Day to Remember's out of there, and Morning Eve is playing there. So
Isn't Under Oath also from there as well?
I think they're from Tampa. No, they're not from Ocala, but they're somewhere in
Okay.
Florida. It might be
I thought
Jacksonville.
they were nearby Ocala then, if I remember correctly.
I don't know.
Something like that. Yeah.
But yeah, that's The Noise by Morning Eve, and absolutely amazing. They crushed it. I can't wait for more.
Yep. Let's go next to, since we talked about this one, this is terrible of me to say, I need to listen to this song more because I really liked it. But we're gonna go with Hail Mary by Confessions of a Traitor. Danny, since you know this song a lot better than me, I'll let you take this one.
Um, Confessions of a Traitor. There are labeled mates on Face Down. They are absolute scholars and gentlemen. I love those guys. And Hail Mary is basically a song exposing the wickedness throughout specifically in this song, the Roman Catholic Church with uh, priests abusing children. And Stephen goes in depth on it in the comment. I saw it on a few different comments, basically saying this isn't to condemn the church, but it's to call out the the people that are doing this,
Mm.
and to bring awareness to this because everybody kind of just looks at it and looks away from it. Nobody's really tackled it head on, and he was like, that was pretty much the goal, to expose to cut off the head of the snake and be like, this is what we need to do better. This cannot happen. And
Yeah.
very controversial song, and it had a crazy feature. So I knew about this song back in January. All I knew was the song title. I don't think any of the guys are gonna watch it, so I'm good. Um, but I didn't know about the feature, and that caught me off guard seeing Mike from Convictions in that song. So I loved it.
It was funny. The day before it came out, I saw people saying, like, "Oh, is Wolves of the Gate gonna be the feature?" And our good old buddy at Foxcore already had it like well before Confessions of
Hmm.
a Traitor even put it out. I was like, "Oh, cool. I'm gonna." Because what I do is I wake up in the morning. First thing I do during the weekdays is just scroll through Foxcore, see what's coming out. That one popped out.
Hmm.
I was like, "Hey, I could tell somebody, hey, yeah, Mike is on it."
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, there's been a lot. What's really funny is normally he's on top of stuff. And we're gonna transition to this next song here real quick because we got something fun coming up and we gotta keep things moving here.
Hmm.
So, a small band, a couple million monthly listeners, just real small. Uh, he somehow missed this song, but I think it was just dropped out of nowhere. Ronald by Falling in Reverse
I
completely missed
think
that.
that's
Nobody was expecting that one, I don't think.
nobody. It never happens. It never happens where we know that the song's coming. Usually, it's
Every once in a while.
for the reimagined ones. Usually, or
Yeah.
I think like with Watch the World Burn, he announced it a day before, but it was always
Yeah.
Ronnie. Nobody ever knows unless Ronnie says it. Um,
Yep.
and they basically took the Watch the World Burn and just flip flopped the order. Super heavy, and there's only one part of the song where they like detune his or lower his vocals. But that's for the effect of hitting that
Yeah.
line. His screams are so much nastier than they used to be when he was doing it pretty much all the time.
Yeah. I mean, if you watch the which live video was it? I think it was Watch the World Burn. They would do like he would
The three
bring it back.
endings.
Yeah, he did like that. It was like the normal one, the crazy heavy one, and then he did like the operatic one at the end, which I was like,
Mhm.
you need to re-release that song with those three endings. Because I
Yeah.
love just hearing the crazy heavy one where he just
I
goes
would
all in.
just all that is the entire time.
Oh yeah,
He's one of the best.
he
And
is. And the features for this single were insane too.
Tech Nine, Alex,
I love
crazy.
Tech Nine. I've
That's all you.
always loved Tech Nine. Yeah, Tech Nine. I mean, before I got into metal, I was more into like rap and stuff.
Hmm.
But I always loved Tech Nine because he was so fast with getting his words out, and it was just so smooth and good about it.
Yeah,
So I loved that part of the song. And then Alex coming in, yeah, just nuts.
nuts. And it was, you see it in the music video. You actually see Alex's mask falling into the fire.
I did like that. I missed it
That
the
was,
first time around,
yeah.
but
So
yeah,
I
the back
I
and
miss
forth was
that.
great too.
Oh yeah, they absolutely killed it. And then I just saw a video today of them performing it at Welcome to Rockville last night.
I need to see that. I saw the ending where Alex came out, but I didn't see like the whole song.
Tech Nine's in it too. He was
I did
there.
see
He
that.
came out.
Yeah, I saw that. I was like, he was
So
performing, but I thought the set list times was he was performing at the same time as falling in reverse, but I guess they might have put it late enough in the set where he could just run from that stage over.
because yeah, he was still in his stage clothes and everything. It looked like, so that's probably, it worked.
It did.
So
Yeah.
we got one more single, and then we got an album we got to talk about. Uh,
Yeah, we have an album. We have to talk about that.
we're we have to. We're not missing this one.
Nope.
But the single, and hopefully this is the last single before a freaking album announcement. Even though
I'm
I
surprised
have
they've
an
waited this
idea.
long.
I have an idea. But Convictions with their new single "Hurts Like Hell." It is up there with The Price of Grace. Like,
See, when
here's
you
The
told me
Price of
that
Grace, and here's Hurts Like Hell.
when you told me
They're
that,
they're
I was
right there.
expecting heaviness. I was expecting like the heaviness of that, but I wasn't. I mean, technically, yes, it is heavy.
Yeah.
Lyrically, that's not what I was expecting. Was how the lyrically heaviness. Because when
Yeah.
you said, "Oh, it's like the Price of Grace," I was like, "Oh, it's just gonna be dummy heavy," and I was like, "This is not what I was expecting."
It's not. I wasn't expecting it at all. Still a very solid song. Talking about how Zach lost his dad a couple years ago, and him battling through that and navigating life after that loss. I love Zach. He's my boy. Um, so I'm happy that he got his song to really just let it all out there. You know what I mean? I'm really happy for him. And that song is gonna help so many people just because
Oh
of
yeah,
what it's talking about.
yeah.
So
What's really funny is if you go onto Spotify or iTunes right now, it gets the explicit next to it, but there's nothing wrong with it.
there's
So
nothing
don't
wrong with it.
nothing wrong
It's
with it. I
explicitly emotional. The E is for emotion.
yeah, 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 yeah. So that means there's a lot of songs in my library then that are just emotional.
No, sometimes it's or rated E for everyone. It's different.
There's a criteria of ease.
E's, yeah. All right. Do you want to hit us with our album?
With potentially album of the year.
Potentially album of the year. This is
Dude,
definitely in my top 10.
yeah, this
I think Convictions is gonna have my album of the year. I'm just
I
putting that
think
out there now.
Wage War probably
Or
will have
Wage
mine
War.
just because I'm been with them since Blueprints and yeah, they're always up there. Actually, I think there was one album that didn't make it album of the year, but basically every single. Anyways, that's another
You don't talk about
story.
Pressure like that.
Yeah, that was number 2. It came second to Slipknot's
That's
We Are
fair.
Not
That
Your
was a good,
Kind.
yeah, that was better album.
Yeah, it was tough for me, but We Are Not Your Kind came in first that year. But we're going to talk about You Won't Go Before You're Supposed To by Knocked Loose.
Arf, arf! Sorry.
I was trying to think of some other lyrics of theirs, and everything was about whoop. Because all I could think of was Kublai Khan was monkey see, monkey do.
I can't say anything else for Knocked Loose,
No.
because I'm not allowed to say that word.
No. Yeah.
But Knocked Loose, Father Mucker.
Mother trucker. Knocked loose, mother trucker. But yes, that album just dropped as of recording yesterday. Where do we even start with this album?
Start with Thirst.
Yeah.
And just go down.
We'll just rapid fire this because, yeah. Thirst, oh my word. Like, they come out of the gate swinging. Like, I mean, every Knocked Loose album comes out swinging, but somehow with this one, they're just like, so let's take everything we've done.
And just make it heavier.
Yeah, they're like, let's go back to Laugh Tracks with, like, because Laugh Tracks, I think, they're heavy. Like, A Different Shade of Blue is fantastic. Like, all their stuff's fantastic. But Laugh Tracks, I think, was their heaviest, in my opinion.
Don't hate me. I think A Different Shade of Blue is over this album for me.
Like, you like that album better than this one?
Yeah.
There's something about that album.
Yeah.
I think it's because A Different Shade of Blue is more versatile. There's more of a variety in it. Whereas this one, I mean, this is still a fantastic album.
But
and I think with this one,
this is in no means a bad album.
No, they went heavier with this one. They were like, because there's parts where I was like, this is just a more techie Kublai Khan, basically.
Yeah.
At points. So they know that the heavy is like the popular thing right now. And they're just like, all right, well, if we decide to tour with Kublai Khan again, we're going to get our butts handed to us. So we got to step it up. But yeah, I mean, so many good tracks on this record.
My standout track, Suffocate. Absolutely amazing. Right up there with that and Blinding Faith.
Yeah,
are probably
Blinding Faith.
I'm happy that they went with that as a single as well. Slaughterhouse 2 was a good song.
From what you were telling me, I was worried about it. I was like, so I wasn't sure what direction they were going to go.
And I feel like they got kind of stuck in like a midway with it. Slaughterhouse 1 is still on a complete different level.
Honestly, for me, I kind of like this one better just because the first one's fantastic, but I kind of like this one better just because the chorus was catchy in Slaughterhouse 1, but I feel like it took away from, like, I mean, it made the heavier moments feel heavier, but I felt like it got rid of because it's like, oh, we're going to crazy heavy, and then we're going to slow it down here for a second and then get crazy heavy again, where this one's just like heavy the entire time.
Which I love. And again, I'm not saying that it was a bad song. I just think if it wasn't called Slaughterhouse 2, it would probably be one of my favorite songs on the album.
Yeah.
But because it's like following that, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Maybe if I listened to Slaughterhouse 1 straight into 2, that could change.
Yeah. I did like the callbacks to Slaughterhouse 1.
I love the callbacks.
And how they kind of like reverse the roles and that. So basically, like, all the Garris's lines were now Chris's line. So.
Yeah, that was cool seeing that.
That was.
But this album really went so hard.
It did.
Don't Reach for Me is such a banger.
Everything's a banger on this album.
Everything on this album.
There was not one bad song, I'd say.
Sit and Mourn is that the longest Knocked Loose song?
I think so. It was an interesting
4 minutes
track.
and 46 seconds.
Well, didn't they have the shortest track on this record too? It was
the shortest and the longest.
Moss Cover All, I think is what it was. I'm looking here.
Moss Covers All is there it is. Wow. Yeah, it's like 45 seconds.
Yeah, that beats
46.
Counting Worms. Because
Yeah,
Counting
Counting
Worms was
Worms
the
was
short
a minute 16, I think, or something, or a minute
minute
1.
11, I think.
Yeah, I was kind of right.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
absolute phenomenal job to the boys in Knocked Loose. I just need to see all this live now.
Yeah. Yeah. That's gonna be chaos live.
Yeah, it's gonna be insanity. But
Yep.
all right, we have this special segment planned for y'all tonight. As Tyler pulls it up, we are doing a tier list.
Here we have a tier list. It's a metalcore. If you go to the website, it says it's a metalcore tier list, but there's a lot of deathcore bands on here and stuff. So the way we had this set up is S, A, B, C, D, and F tier. But there's one other tier because some of these bands I don't know well enough, and I don't know if Danny would know well enough either. So we call it Don't Know Enough. So basically, if we don't know a band, we'll just kind of put in there. We're going to try to speed run through this because there is, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 7 by 14, you guys can do the math because I'm not going to do it in my head. But there is a lot of bands.
It's 98 bands. Did I just
Is
do
it
that?
really?
Did I do that in my head right? I
I
just
think
did
if
that
you
in my head,
did,
I swear.
and then there's 2 other bands, so it'd be 100 bands.
Okay. Yeah, I did my math right.
All right. So then what we're going to do is you know what? We're going to get rid of this last tier, and we're just going to go through the bands that we know. If there is any bands that we don't know, we're just going to skip them, save some time. So, you ready, Danny?
Let's do it. I got my
All right.
board out. I'm good.
So this first one I do not know. It's called I the Breather. Do you know them?
I know I the Breather. We're putting them up there in A tier.
A tier. All
They
right.
were one of the best Christian metalcore bands in the early 2000s.
Okay. All right. I might have to give them a shot then. So the other way we're going to do this too is we're not going to do, once you're in the tier, we're not going to do, oh, you're above this band. It's just you're in that tier. Does that sound good to you?
Yeah, that works for me.
Save some time. Any given day. I don't know much about them.
Don't know enough.
All right. Avenged Sevenfold. Ooh, that's a tough one. I because there's 2 different. There's like the early Avenged Sevenfold, and then there's the newer stuff.
Early stuff is S tier.
Yeah, I would say stuff like
Let's put them in A tier just because of the new stuff.
the new stuff's not bad, but it's nowhere near as
But
good
it's
as
just
the old stuff. Yeah, Amir. I love this band. I've been on a Amir kick for a while.
I'll let you choose.
We're gonna go with A tier. I want to put them in S tier, but some of their older stuff doesn't sit with me as nicely, but the newer stuff is fantastic. So we're gonna go with A tier. Born of Osiris.
High B.
I'm not D.
B.
B. Okay, I can
Yeah,
live with that.
I could put them in
I'm
B
not a big
tier.
fan of this. Yeah. All right. Now this one, Alpha Wolf.
S.
I was gonna say this better be an S. Like even with the old stuff, even with Aiden as their vocalist was still phenomenal.
Oh yeah.
But the new stuff that they're putting out is just top tier.
Yeah.
Issues. I don't know enough about this band.
Tyler Carter brings them down, but they did a good run at the end. We'll throw them in C.
See? All right. While She Sleeps. For
I
me,
only know
good
a
live
couple
show.
songs.
Good live show. Singles are usually good, but other than that, they're not that
It's
great.
filler.
It's filler. I'd say C tier. It's
Okay,
your
I'm cool with
basic.
that.
I think the live show makes up for the fact of that their music is kind of meh.
Okay.
That's just me. Capture the Crown.
Don't know.
I know. I'll say I know nothing about the Crown the Empire.
B.
B.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go with that. Good live show. Music for the most part, it's
You
pretty
just
good.
you just saw them last week.
I just saw them last week. Yeah, they're dancing with the, or was it dancing
Dancing with the Dead.
with the Dead? Dude, that song is like 10 times heavier live. That song's just nutty live.
That's a banger of a track.
That is a banger.
That was one of the reasons it made it so high on my list last year.
Yeah, same. North Lane. I don't know enough about them.
A tier.
A tier? All right.
A tier.
I've tried to get into them. I just can't. It's not for me. Between the Buried and Me.
I don't know enough.
I just saw them at Christmas Burns Red. And I mean, I'm going to be honest, I don't know enough about them. Live show's decent, but they're too techy and wheedly deedly for my liking.
Okay.
All That Remains.
I was never super into them.
I mean, like, they have good songs.
They're giant. They're giants, I'd say. They've earned legend. I don't think they've earned giant.
No, they've earned
Definitely.
legend. I don't know.
I don't know enough.
I didn't grow up with them. We'll just put them in C tier for now.
Yeah.
We're probably gonna get a lot of hate for that, but like I never really listened to a lot
about them.
Yeah. We butter the bread with butter.
Next.
Oh, you don't know We Butter the Bread with Butter?
No.
So it's like a German deathcore band with like electronic elements. They are hilarious.
Really?
It's like if you took Electric Callboy and just cranked the heaviness up, that's what you get.
Okay.
I'm gonna put them in C tier. I like them. Not all their stuff is like fantastic, but like it's good.
Mm-hmm.
Novelist. I don't know much about these guys.
I don't know enough about them. I've heard a song or two.
Yeah. This next one is Slipknot.
S.
I agree with that. I'm not the biggest fan of all their music, but they definitely earn S because every band that came after them basically almost, I mean, like, let's look here. Alpha Wolf basically has like some Slipknot, like everybody in metalcore and deathcore has like some Slipknot riffs.
Slipknot influence. Yeah.
Yeah. Slipknot deserves S. Like, they might not have always put out the best album or every song's perfect, but it's up there. We gotta give them S.
Yeah.
Tesseract.
I don't know enough about them.
Yeah. I listened to one album and I didn't like it, but we're gonna keep them off. Volumes. I don't know enough about them.
I'd put them in B tier.
B tier? All right. I feel like we're going to get a lot of hate for not knowing some of these bands where we play some of these bands, but it is what it is. Veil of Maya.
A tier.
A tier? I need to listen to more of them.
Yeah, so I saw them years ago. I didn't like them. I went back, listened to their studio stuff, and it wasn't like they had a bad show or anything. They were touring with Of Mice and Men, and it was the first time I was seeing Of Mice and Men. So I was ready to see them. And so I was just like, get this band off stage. I could care less.
Yeah. There's definitely been some shows like that for me.
But then I went back, listened to them, and I was like, dang, I missed out on a good show because of where my head was at. That sucks for me.
Yeah.
So.
Yep. All right, we're going to go to the best farm band from Lancaster County, Pennsylvania. August Burns Red.
Put an S on it. Didn't even have to say their name. All you had to say was Barn.
The second or the third heaviest country band. There, you heard it here first. Right behind Kublai Khan and Gideon.
And yep. And be followed by Wage War.
Yeah, true. Wage War would basically be they dress like their country. Yeah. I'm good with that. Make Me Famous. This is the first time I've ever heard of this band.
Same.
After the Burial. They got some great songs. But
they do.
I still have yet to see them live.
I saw them live They opened for As I Lay Dying. Absolute amazing. They played Amir open that night, and I wasn't too hot because what's his face was just a scumbag. Um, their
Frankie?
vocalist, Frankie, yeah. And Philly
That sounds
was
about right.
freaking we were moving in Philly that night too. So whatever. Um,
I'd say B
I
tier for After the
yeah, B
Burial.
tier.
Abandon All Ships. Don't know them.
C tier.
What'd you say?
C tier.
D tier.
Yeah.
Uh, is this next? I think this next one's Upon the Drowning. I can't. Yeah, I don't
First
know
time
them.
I'm hearing. First time I've heard it.
Yeah. All right. Next one, Crystal Lake.
A tier.
Right here. I can live with that. They're better with Rio, and I'm still sad I didn't get to see them because I was
I
supposed to
never
see them
saw
on
him
the
with
Fit for a
Rio.
King tour.
That got
I was
canceled
supposed
because
to.
of COVID.
Yep, I was a week away from seeing them, and they got canceled. I was mad.
I was a day away from it, and I was 3 days away from the Trilogy tour.
Oh. What was this one? Tear Out the Heart. Don't know them.
Next.
Icy Stars. I don't know enough about them. This one's on you if you know them.
They're good. I'd give them A tier.
A tier. All right. I can't read that next one, so we're gonna just skip that one. Era.
High A.
High A. All right. We'll put 'em. Oops. Nope. I don't. We're good. There. All right. They're in high A now. Siler, which is funny enough, I went back and started listening to their stuff the other day because there was a bumper sticker on a car that looked like their logo. So I was like, oh, I should listen to this band again.
I haven't listened to them in years. I'll let you choose. I liked them when I saw them live.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, they were on that of Mice and Mentor too.
Oh, nice. They're good. I'd say they're. I don't know.
I'd
C
give
tier.
it. Yeah.
I felt like D would be too harsh, so we'll go with C. Um, Invent Animate. Live show is better than studio recording. I do not like
Do you see what I'm drawing?
S.
S tier, baby.
Can I convince you for like high A?
Yes.
Okay. Because my thing is like phenomenal live show, bass tones, fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
My issue with them is I wish that translated to the studio recordings because I do not like the studio recordings at all. They have some good
Really?
songs. They have some good songs in studio, but I can't get into the studio stuff. But live is just a whole nother animal.
I'm cool with that. I get that.
All right,
Yeah.
cool. All right, next one. Probably one of my all-time favorite bands, Sworn In.
Mm, I'll let you choose. They're one of your bands. You can put them wherever. If it were
We'll
me,
go
I'd say I'd put them in A.
A. We'll go with high A because I'd put them in S, but we'll go with high A. We'll put them just below Invent Animate then.
Okay.
I Prevail.
You might not like my answer. I'm putting them above Invent. I know you don't like my answer. Can we compromise on B tier?
Well, they're good. They have good singles. Except
Mm-hmm.
for, well, yeah, even the last album had some pretty good singles. I saw them live, and I think it was just it was the oh, what was that? Their second record?
Not Lifelines.
No, it's the one after that.
Trauma.
Trauma. I did not like that album, and I did not like it live. But also, they played right after Beartooth, which I think was a dumb thing. They should have had Beartooth after I Prevail because Beartooth was the more hype band.
Yeah.
Um,
What tour was that?
it was Can't Swim, Beartooth, I Prevail, and A Day to Remember.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I remember that tour now.
Yeah. I'll go.
If you're willing to do, I'll even do low B. I think that's as low as I
I
can
was
bring
gonna go
myself
with
to go.
mid A
Oh, okay, cool. I was
because
gonna help you
they
out.
do have stuff I do like. I think what does it for me is I don't like the fans as much. I think that's where my issue is.
That's fair. That's really fair.
Because like they have good stuff and people love them, but if Wage War does something like I feel like Wage War sometimes does stuff before them, and then people give Wage War a
Yeah.
hard time. But then when I Prevail does something so much, they're like, oh, it's amazing. It's like it's not the same. It's similar, but I don't get it.
Yeah.
But that's just me personally. Job for a Cowboy. I don't know much about him. I know people love him.
Yeah, I
Oh
know.
no, wait, that's
Yeah.
is that? You know what? Scratch that. I don't know if that is Job for a Cowboy. That might be Heaven Shall Burn. I can't read the logo. We're gonna let that one go for now. Because we got a
Okay.
lot more bands to go through. Or I'm just gonna start skipping ones and we'll go with the bigger names. Under Oath.
Yes.
S. I can live with that. I'm not a big Under Oath fan, but I can live with S. Escape
I
the
love
Fate.
Under Earth. C.
See, I'm good with that. I don't know much about him.
But if we're talking about when Ronnie was in Escape the Fate, that'd be S.
Yeah, but he was only in it for what, one
He
album?
was in it for one album.
Yeah. Whitechapel. For me, S, just because of what they've done and also the versatility of the band too.
I'm cool with it. I was gonna
Ice
say
Nine
A.
Kills.
A.
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 We'll put them in high A.
Yeah.
They're good. I like them.
Sometimes there's a few. Sometimes I feel like the album goes on just a little too long.
Yeah, I agree. Stick to
I
your
think if
guns.
their runtime mid A.
Mid A. I can live with that. Um, Black Veil Brides.
What do you think?
I'd say D because yes, it is
Perfect.
Black Veil Brides,
But they
but
still are good musicians.
they do have some banger songs in there. I mean, Bleeders. That was
Yeah.
a banger song. Let's just be honest. That as much as I hate to admit it, that song's really good.
We are the fallen angels. Now, if we're going
Uh,
off just Black Veil Bride songs, In the End is one of the best songs of all time.
I used to
And I
know that
was
on guitar.
and I was so upset when I found out it was a Black Veil Bride song.
Yeah,
But yeah.
yeah.
Part of me wants to
What
give
was
them their
me?
flowers and say C. What was
Yeah,
me? I'm putting in B tier.
B tier. All right, I don't know much about him. Attack Attack. I've never been a big fan of them.
I'm putting them in A tier, low A.
A tier, low A. All right, I can live with that. All right, you ready for the second heaviest country band of all time?
I'm ready, baby.
Gideon. Uh,
Uh, what were you
I'd
gonna say?
say high. I was gonna say high B. Like they great live
Yeah,
show. They have some songs, especially earlier in the catalog. I didn't. They have a lot of songs I skip. I feel like up until I'd say probably the newest album. Like the from Callous up to the new one. There's less songs I skip each album, but I'd say
yeah,
high B tier.
that works.
All right.
Yeah,
Uh,
that's about what I was gonna say.
cool. All right, come on, switch with. There we go. Like Moths to Flame.
Low B, high
Low
C.
B. I'm good with that. Live shows hit or miss for them.
Yeah.
Songs
When I saw them on
songs
the
for the most.
Pressure tour, they absolutely crushed, though.
Oh yeah, first time I saw him
That
was
was
with Fit
probably
for
the
King.
best time I ever saw them.
Yeah, I saw them with Fit for King the first time, and they were meh. I saw them with I think it was the Pressure Tour was the next one, and they were fantastic. And then I saw them at CBR, and they in a much bigger room, and they were fantastic then. What's funny is I forget that they played the same night as Knock Loose and Miss May I, and I kind of remember the Miss May I set, but the Miss May I set was kind of meh, honestly, which is a
Dang.
shame to say. Because I love that band, but yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Suicide Silence.
A.
Hey, I agree with that. I would.
At
Yeah, I'm just gonna put
for
them in A. We're
Mitch.
not.
Just
Yeah.
for Mitch. Yeah.
First 3 albums are good. People try to say that they're like. I feel like people try to hype them up too much and say that they're better than they are.
Yeah.
I mean, yes, a lot of bands credit Suicide Silence for making
They
death
were
more
very
popular.
influential. Very influential
They were.
band.
They were. But I feel like The Cleansing was a phenomenal album, and then it kind of slowly went downhill after that.
Yeah.
Which is nothing against those other 2 records with Mitch. They're phenomenal records, but they don't compare to the first one.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna keep this moving. Currents.
A. B.
Can I talk you to high B?
Yeah.
Okay. Because they have fantastic songs. Live show's
Not
great.
great album. But albums can be.
The one before this last
sometimes.
one,
Well,
what
that
was
was in my top. That was in my top 5 of
fantastic record.
2019.
Yeah, fantastic
Absolute
record. That one I could do front to
monsters.
back.
Kill the Ache. Oh my, kill the Ache.
That album was fantastic. The record before it's all right, and the one after it has some.
Forget.
Yeah,
Because I'm
one
listening to
after
that right when we're done.
the album after this one, after that one, the last one they put out is.
It's good.
That's a good song, but it doesn't wow me.
Mm-hmm.
Betraying the Martyrs. We'll go with the next one. That was I think that was Aaron from 1056 old band, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
We'll go with C tier because I do like some of their stuff, but yeah.
Okay.
Demon Hunter.
B.
This is a tough B. I could see that. I would.
I was never
almost
into Demon Hunter growing up.
They're what got me into metal. So it's Skillet, Red, and then Demon Hunter. So because of how big their name is also in the Christian industry, I almost said A, but I would agree with B.
Mm-hmm.
Parkway Drive.
A. Yeah.
Yeah, I'd agree. They used to be better, and then now they're trying to make
songs.
Not
as good as they used to be.
No, but they're getting older, and they're also trying to make songs that fit arenas, and that makes sense because that's what they're playing. So I can't blame them for that.
Yeah. Oh no, not at all. I completely agree with what they've done, but it's not for me.
Yeah, because you also have to make songs that are gonna fit the room that you're moving into. Because Wage War stuff, I feel like it's gonna fit any room that they play.
Yes, they have gone versatile already. That they can play
even the old stuff. But I get why they're going more. Well, I won't say radio friendly, but more more mainstream. Is because they're playing those bigger rooms now, so they need something that's gonna bring the people in, but also
help keep them during their set.
Yeah. Bad Omens. I'd give them high A personally.
I was gonna say high A or low S.
Since there's not a lot in S, we'll put them in S.
I was gonna say, can I talk you to S?
Yeah. No, I think that's fair. With what they're doing now, yeah, they definitely deserve.
They deserve it.
I'm not the biggest fan of all their songs, but I agree with that pick. Bring Me the Horizon. Do I need to? Yeah, I was gonna say, do I even need to talk to you about that one? It's gonna be S. A Day to Remember.
A.
I agree with that. Last album sucked. Just gonna be honest. I was hyped for it, and then I heard
Have they released anything since Miracle?
No, I think they're in the studio.
I think they are. If we get an album
because they haven't
toured.
They haven't toured. They haven't put out any new music, so I'm guessing they're in the studio.
If they put out another Miracle, I'll be fine.
Yeah. Oh, same. I mean, if Cody puts his name on anything, you know it's gonna be good.
Was Cody involved with Ronald? I didn't
No,
see
he
his name
wasn't.
on it.
Jason Richardson was involved in that one, but Cody was
Okay.
not. So, I mean, to be fair, that was the first time it sounded like it didn't have like the Wage War Cody touch to it, sounding wise.
Yeah.
And I'm fine with that.
Yeah, it was nice.
Yeah. We're gonna go with controversial band Attila.
Hey.
Personally,
What were you gonna say?
I was gonna put them in C, which I feel like is rude because they do have some bangers. Haven't seen them live, so I can't say anything about that.
I could meet you in the middle.
B,
High B.
high B. I'm good with that. Every once in a while, I'll throw them on and I'll enjoy them, but you know, the Browning. I don't know much about them.
I don't know enough about him, but I know hardcore Keem is in it.
Yeah. All right, we'll skip that one then. Periphery.
I feel like that has to be an S tier.
Okay.
It's Periphery. It's just one of those
Yeah.
bands.
Memphis Mayfire.
Personally, S. Even when they went radio, I thought they did a great job. And I was probably one of the only people that thought that. I know I was.
Yeah, they did a lot for the scene back in the day too.
They do.
I'm going with
They
S.
do. They have done more than people will ever realize, I think.
Yeah.
For the scene.
Yep. Bless the Fall. I don't know much about them.
I'm comfortable giving them low A, high B. You decide.
Let's go with high B because we have a lot of stuff in A.
Okay.
Falling in Reverse.
S.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
S. That's yeah.
All right, this one. If you say anything below S, you're getting overruled because it's Wage War.
S.
Yeah, I was gonna say if you say anything but S, I'm gonna overrule you. I don't have two Wage War tattoos for no reason. For all those sleeping, I don't know that band.
Don't know.
Sleeping with Sirens.
B.
B. Yeah, I can live with that. I'm not a big Sleeping with Sirens fan.
Yeah.
Their live show's all right, but
I love Kellen. I'm a sucker for him.
I can only take so much of his voice.
I was singing one of the songs from the first album to Ezzy yesterday, and she thought it was a girl. So
Sarah thought the same thing. That was hilarious. She was like, "Oh, I really like her voice." I'm like, "Sarah, that's a dude." She goes, "What?" And then we saw them live. We saw them live with the Used, and she's like, "Oh," she's like, "He's good." But she's like, "I don't get why the
great.
well, yeah." She was like, "I don't get why all the women like him." I said, "Because he's like," I said, "It's all the 30-year-old women who were 20, like 17 and 20 back like 10 years ago when they like were really big."
Mm-hmm.
I said, he was the hot guy back then, and to them, he's still the hot guy now.
Yep, good for Kellen.
Yeah. Ocean's 8 Alaska. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
After Ocean's 8 Alaska, I'm putting them up in S.
Ocean's 8 Alaska and S.
Yeah.
I agree with that. Just because of the live show's fantastic. They're all phenomenal instrumentalists, but somehow they can't keep a vocalist for more than one record at a time.
Yeah, but regardless, they're legends. Chris freaking Turner, drums like this, mouth wide open, just.
Oh yeah. Anyways,
let's do 10 more for time's sake.
All right. Oh. Can we speed run this because there's a lot of band there? Well, how many do I have left? I want to do one.
I was gonna say, how many do we have left? We've gone through a lot already.
Yeah, I'm looking. So there's a lot that we skipped, and there's gonna be some more that I'm gonna skip here. But let me just count one. Do you know the Amity Affliction that well, or not really?
Eh.
Okay, we'll skip them. Songs. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. So about, let's say 23, but there are some that
Okay,
I'd be
yeah.
willing to
No,
skip through.
yeah. I didn't know how many I thought it was gonna be closer to like
Yeah,
50 or
and that's
something.
with
No,
cutting
yeah, we're
some
good.
more out too.
Yeah, that's fine.
Architects.
A.
A. I can live with that. I'm
I
go with
can't
A.
Yeah.
I can't get into the new stuff.
Yeah, that's why.
Yeah. Well, this is before they changed the name. Eskimo Callboy, now known as Electric Callboy.
We got the moves. We got the moves.
Da,
Uh,
da, 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 da. A.
are you cool with
I
that?
can live. I was gonna say B, but A, I'm go with A too.
Okay.
Um, Bullet for My Valentine. I don't know much of their
I
stuff.
don't
I don't
know
know if
enough.
you
I
do.
just know a couple
Okay,
songs.
that was a 50-50. The Devil Wears Prada.
Uh,
Personally, I'd say B.
I'll let you have that one.
All right. The only reason why I say is because of the zombie EPs and Dead
Are you
Crown.
about to say something? As in they were bad?
No, phenomenal. I love those
Oh,
records.
okay.
Yeah,
And you
no,
just
zombie.
don't like anything else?
They have stuff here and there that. What was the other? Hang on, let me find the other album here real quick. I don't like the new stuff. I
I
mean,
didn't like the new
zombie.
single. The new single I did not like.
What was the new single? I'm trying to remember what that one. Man, there's a lot of bands
I
that start
didn't
with
even
the.
listen to it all the way through.
What was the new? Oh, Ritual. Yeah, I wasn't a big fan of that. Oh, 818, Dead and
Oh
Alive.
yeah. I think that's
With
Romans
Roots Above and
818.
Branches Below.
With
Basically
Roots
from
is
with
a
Roots.
goated album.
Yeah, from with Roots to 18, or sorry, 818. Love all those, and then the Zombie EPs.
Okay. Yeah.
So, I mean, they have a big discography too, but yeah. Fit for a King.
What do you think?
Personally, I'd say high B, low A. I
Yeah,
think they have good stuff, but
it can be
they're
better.
similar to. It's weird. They're similar to Wage War, but they don't do it for me like Wage War does.
Yeah. I still love Fit for a King. When the last album came out, that was my number 2.
I don't think that made it on my top 10, but I think that's because there was so much other stuff that came out that year that I liked better.
Yeah. And
When they go
I think it
heavy,
was,
they are fantastic.
and there was a breakdown in every song on the last album.
Yeah, there
So,
was.
so yeah. Low A.
No way. All right, I can live with
Yeah.
that. Um, Phineas, the
S.
most underrated metal band.
They are the most underrated metal band. I feel terrible for them.
Yeah, look at that. Danny's band, previous band, is higher than his current band.
Not me, Danny.
Thy art. Yeah. Oh, Danny. I took 2 guitar lessons with him, and dude is insane. Like,
Insane.
yeah. Thy art is murder.
I don't give a crap about them ever since they let CJ go. F tier.
Yeah. All right. I'm
Just
good. That'll
because of
be our
where
first.
they are now.
Yeah.
If CJ was
Before
in the
they got.
band, it would have been S
Yeah.
or high A.
I would probably talk you down to high A.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. Once the stuff
But
with CJ went down, I was like, great.
screw those guys.
Yep. The word alive.
See.
I was gonna say that one's on you. I don't know much about them. Um, we came as Romans.
I could put them B tier.
B tier.
Yeah.
I'm good with that. Motionless in White.
You decide. I don't know. I'm iffy.
Yeah, that's how I feel too. I feel like they're
I like them,
overrated.
but
They're good, but
I
overrated.
yeah. B high B.
I'm good with that.
It's
They
gonna
got to go.
piss my
Nobody
brother
can.
off.
Nobody can go above Gideon. I'm just putting that out here now. Gideon will be the top of B tier.
Yeah, that's fine.
Um. Well, I'm not gonna say anything on this one because this is gonna be your hall pass. Of Mice and Men.
S.
I I was just gonna put it there without even asking, and then just let you see it later. Make Them Suffer.
Right, they aren't at S tier yet. Oh no, you said make them suffer, not left to suffer.
Yeah,
Make them
Make Them
suffer.
Suffer.
B.
B. I'm good with it. If it was Let to Suffer, they'd be an A.
Yeah.
Kill Switch
On their way
Engage.
to S. S.
Oh, they are.
Kill switch.
Kill Switch an S.
Yeah.
I can live with that. I'm
Oh,
not the
but
biggest fan of their music, but they definitely deserve that.
everything they've done for this scene, they deserve it.
Yeah. Chelsea Grin. Personally, I think A.
Okay. I'm cool with that.
The only reason why I say it's because the stuff with Tom Barber is so good, I'd have to put it in A.
Okay. I thought you were about to say, I was about to be like, you're doing a whole switch up on me?
No, the stuff with Alex was good, but the stuff with Tom Barber,
It's better.
yeah. I mean, well, Eternal Nightmare is like one of my favorite records of all time. So that right there would be enough for me to at least say maybe high B or low A. But yeah.
I'm giving them A.
Polaris.
A.
Can I talk you to high A?
Yeah.
Okay.
They've never done it for me enough to be considered S tier for me.
That's
I
fair.
love them, but they're not that level for me.
Phenomenal. Their live show is insane.
One of
And
the best live shows I've ever seen in my life.
I don't think they've ever put out a bad record. I'll even go that far.
I'll go that far with you, but still, there's just like that one little thing I think that has kept them from. It's something with me, obviously.
Yeah.
But
I mean, they're they weren't going to be head. They did a headlining run in the U.S. and I forgot that they're supposed to be on the tour with
the Dayseeker tour.
Dayseeker. Yeah, that's the one I was thinking that they're headlining, but no, it's not.
No,
right.
they would have been direct support, but now Silent Planet is.
Yeah. Trivium.
I don't know too much about them. I know them, but I don't know enough to rank them.
That's fair. I'll go with you on that one too. Miss May I.
B.
B. I can live with that. Good music. Live shows meh.
Yeah.
As I Lay Dying.
S.
S.
Yep.
Yeah.
I
can agree with that.
Team 10. Team 10, baby.
Yeah. I just went back and listened to some of their older stuff, and well, if you saw if you went to our TikTok and saw the TikTok that I posted about a lyric that they share with Frozen, you would have seen that I went back and listened to some older As I Lay Dying.
Conceal, don't feel.
That was too funny. I was listening. I was like, I know what I must do.
That's funny. Honestly, raining? It is.
I think it's raining here too. I'm not 100% sure. Asking Alexandria.
A.
I can live with B. Pierce the Veil.
B.
B. I don't know much about him, so I'll take you. Dance Gavin Dance. What tier?
Every S.
S. See, I'm the complete opposite. I'd say F.
I know. All right.
I hate Dance Gavin.
Let's meet. Where can we meet on this? Can we meet low B?
I'm going with low B.
Okay.
I've never liked their stuff. That's just me personally.
Them. And they just released new music with Andrew as their vocalist yesterday.
I need to listen to that.
It's good. I like Andrew's voice.
I think it was whoever the last guy was. I did not like his voice.
Tillian,
but I
love Tillian's voice.
I don't like his voice, and I think it was also because I don't like the instrumentals. because when they scream, it doesn't fit the instrumentals. That's my problem. Like if it's singing the entire way through, I think I could fit with it better. But it's just like
that makes sense.
There's some bands where you don't need screaming and you can get away with singing the entire time, and there's other bands where it's like that should have been singing like no, that should have been screaming instead of singing. Like it's that weird thing.
Yeah.
Kingdom of Giants.
I could put them in B tier.
I can live with
Album that they released in 2020 or 2021, something like that, was pretty good.
Yeah, that was good. Silverstein.
I don't know enough about Silverstein.
I don't either. I was hoping you would.
I know them, but I didn't listen to too much of them. Yeah. But I feel like they deserve their flowers, so let's give them A.
Okay, I can do that.
Just because I know they've done a lot for the scene.
Yeah. And then let's go with Avatar to close it out.
I don't know enough about Avatar.
They're very theatrical. I want to see them live. I do like their music, but I'm gonna say we'll go with C tier. Just
okay.
That's my opinion. So I'm going to save the image of this. We'll post it to our social media after. Oh, it blocked out like half the. It blocked out like Wage War Falling in Reverse and like that corner there. Dang. Oh no, it moved. Never mind. It moved him down. I see it now. Okay. So after this episode comes out, I will post the picture and you can see our tier list. There are some bands that we skipped. I'm not going to run through them all because there's just too many. Actually, there's like 28, I think, that we skipped. But anyways, so that will do it for this episode. Thank you for tuning in. You can follow us on social medias. I think it's all social medias at BreeBlao Podcast, except for TikTok. That's BreeBlao Pod. Unless if I can't remember if I changed that one or not. Danny, where can people find you at?
Vitola_Danny on Instagram. Just announced a new song for my band Colossae. It's new to me, or old to me, new to you. What else? TikTok, Danny Vitola, and that's about it.
Nice. And you can find me at None Yo Biznos. That, yes, you didn't mishear me. It is None Yo Biznos, NOSS at the end. I was gonna promote this podcast and realized that promote my own podcast. Yeah. But you can also find my other podcast, Word Vomit, which is hosted by me and Caleb Steindel. You can find that one at you can follow us at Audio Anarchy. Let me make sure I'm telling you this right. I should know this stuff by now. You can either find us at wordvomit_podcast or Audio Anarchy Podcast Network. So yeah, that will do it for this episode. Thank you all for tuning in, and let us know what you think of our tier list, because I'm pretty sure we're going to get a lot of hate. So if you think the tier list sucked, let us know. And if you like the tier list, let us know as well, and we might do more tier lists here in the future.
We're going to rank every single VeggieTales episode one day.
That's for a different podcast. That's for the Word Vomit one. We'll get you on Word Vomit and we'll do that one.
Deal.
All right. Thank you all for listening. And peace out.
Peace.